Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm just gonna do kind of reading plans for my first week of September since I just finished vlogging for August. I did make it through, which was really awesome. I did a video every day, so I've checked off that booktube thing to do because I hadn't done that completely like that before. I mean, I did it once for NaNoWriMo, but it wasn't quite the same thing. Anyway, point is I did it. But I just thought, because I'm not going to probably have another update video until next Sunday, I thought today on Sunday, the 1st of September, which is insane, that I would do kind of a little recap of how August was, and then what I'm going to read this first week of September. So I just wanted to do a couple stats thing, only because I read the most pages in August as well as books, but I did read a lot of manga, but I wanted to kind of offset that because of how many, I still read a lot of pages even if you took out all the manga I read. So I read 15,050 pages for the whole month, which is insane for me. I am very much not, I mean, I sometimes get over 10,000. I think I had over 12,000 in June, which was one of my highest reading months ever, but this August was beyond that, probably because of the manga. But I just wanted to point out that I did read probably the most I've read in a really long time, which is really kind of cool for that. But I did read 35 volumes of manga, so that took up 44% of that 15,000 pages. So because I read approximately 6,654 pages is the manga. So I mean, again, I read 55 books, 35 of them were manga. So it was a huge chunk of my reading, but I'm really glad I did revisit that series and reread that. I still have a few volumes of that's kind of connected to it, so I will probably in the next couple months. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it in September, but we'll see. But it was a great reading month beyond that, because I still read 8,426 pages that were from novels. Most of the stuff I read in in August were novels, and they were long novels. I read a lot of things over 500 pages for those. So I read 20 books altogether for that 8,426. So 56% of my reading was from novels. So I mean, it's still pretty good. I do want to say 527 of the pages that I read were for DNFs. So I had 5 DNFs in August. One is an on hold. I put it on my cart of shame, but the other 4 I DNF'd. And either I'm getting rid of it or stopped reading that. So, you know, so not a, well, was it 500 pages is just gone because of DNFs? Kind of hurts a little bit, because a couple of those books I got over 100 pages. So anyway, I just wanted to mention those kind of slightly stats, just because August was a weird reading month. Because I was vlogging every day, I didn't feel like I couldn't tell what was happening, maybe because I was so close to it, because I was doing it every day and I didn't have the weekly time to, you know, every week to go through and just, oh wow, I did pretty good this week. Anyway, so again, it was a really great reading month. It'll be I don't know if I'll ever do the video a day vlogging again. That was a lot for me, but I had fun and I'm glad I did it. And thanks to all you guys who watched it and commented. So anyway, so I thought I'd just, so August was a fantastic reading month. Again, I did finish the D'Artagnan romances. I also finished the Dangerous Damsels series. So, and I read a lot of good, like I had a lot of 5-star books this month. Actually, the most I've had in all year. Because I've only had like 11 or 12 5-stars, I think. Oh, I don't even know if I'm that high. Yeah, it was something like that. It's like, I don't have, I think I had 4 this month. So that was really good. Anyway. Okay, so really quick, I am in the middle of The Dragon Who Loved Me by G.A. Aiken. I am closing in on the end. Last night I just didn't feel like reading. All day yesterday I didn't feel like reading. So near the end of the night, I was just like, I have got to read this book. So I did get the audiobook from my library, and then I just played some games on my iPad while I listened to it. So I got back into it. These books I don't particularly like on audio as well as other things, but I am having trouble reading physically at this moment. I'm hoping it'll flip and I'll go back to being a physical reader, but it's just, this is right now, it's just not working. So we're gonna just keep with it. So my goal is to finish this. I'm about 120 from the end, and I'm really enjoying this. This is book 5 in the Dragonkin series. So these are just hilarious. These are fantasy romances from from 2000, like I think this is 11. Yeah, so they're pretty old, but they're just so much fun. J.A. Aiken is the same as Shelley Lawrenson, so if you like the humor in those, you'll like these in there. It's just, they're crazy, crazy people who are, you know, just trying to save their world kind of thing. And again, it's fantasy, so there's clan wars in this one. Anyway, I mean, again, it's dragons, shifters, and humans, and some other things. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it, as I said. So I'm coming close to the end of that one. I am in the middle of Necroscope, The Lost Years by Brian Lumley. So I am about 200, just a little bit over 200 pages into this. So I still have about a little less than 400 pages. So I am going to try to, this is a book I just don't want to read straight through. It's just, the writing style is not how I remember it. And the audio is okay. I've been listening to an audio. I think it's, I don't remember the name of the guy who's doing the audio on this one either. But he pauses in a lot of places that you don't need to pause. So these are, as I said, like these both have older audiobooks because they're older books. This actually came out in 1995. I bought this paperback in 1996 and have had it on my shelf ever since because I was in the middle of the other part of the Necroscope series. So this is book 9 in the series. So I'm reading this book to see if I want to continue. I do have a whole bunch of some of the ones that I haven't read, but I have not collected everything because I haven't decided if I want to continue with this series. Because again, the main 5-book series was great, and then the 3 books that came after it were so fantastical and weird that I'm still to this day going, what the heck? Anyway, and this kind of goes back into the main series, kind of the Lost Years that we don't see between books 2 and 3 of the main Necroscope series. So anyway, this is definitely horror. It has vampires, but they're different than classic vampires. They're more, I would say, more alienish, but they're vampires with a lot of power. And then there's also other people and a lot of psychic things in here, like ESP and people who can do a lot of things with their brains. And we're following Harry, who is the Necroscope who can talk to the dead. And it's just, I mean, again, this was a very formative series. I read this probably when I was probably too young to actually, you know, realize how brutal this was, because I think I started reading this when I was either 14 or 15. Anyway, but I am going to keep reading that through this week. Just maybe a couple, like I'll read maybe 100 pages a day or here and there, not every day, but just when I feel like it. Because I'm going into a buddy read starting tomorrow with Berna, Berna's Bookish Adventures, and that is Wanted, Dead, Undead, or Alive by Carolyn Sparks. This is 13? I think this is 13. I think. I just forgot. I looked it up and then I lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think this is 13. 12 or 13. One of the two. Anyway, so we have been reading these and just having a great time with these paranormal romance series. Again, it starts out with vampires, and these are funny paranormals romances. A different couple in every book, but the world expands with it. There's certain things that have happened in the last couple books that were surprising, what added to it. So anyway, we are well into the series. And so I'm really looking forward to this one. Maybe this is 12. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, we're going to read this in the first week of September. So we'll be doing that buddy read. And then what I think I'm going to read after I finish these, I didn't grab my iPad, but I do have the next Tiffany Aiken book from my library, A Hat Full of Sky by Terry Pratchett, which is book 32, I believe, in the Discworld, or book number 2 in the Tiffany Aiken series. So I'm going to give that a try. I got through We Free Men for the finally after years of trying. And so I want to try to continue and read another one of those, because I'm trying to read, I was trying to read the whole series, the whole Discworld in order. I did by publication date, and but I knocked out the Tiffany Aiken ones because I couldn't get through We Free Men at the time. And now I'm gonna, because I want to finish out the series by the end of this year, I need to finish a couple of Tiffany Aiken books before I'll take up the next other main Discworld novel. So anyway, I do have that from the library, so I might try to pick that up this week. I also have Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, the first book in the Between Earth and Sky. I think that's the name of the, yeah, Between Earth and Sky. So I have the audiobook out from Libby, so I'm going to try that. I don't know if I'll be able to read this physically or by audio, but I got it just to see how it would go. I was mostly just trying to get myself to read this. So this is a book that's, you know, I bought in hardback. I got it on sale, but I bought this and I still haven't got to it. And I really enjoyed her Trail of Lightning series. So I want to read her fantasy and try to see how this goes. And again, the third book just came out this year, and this is a book on my 24 in 24. So I do want to try to get to some of these this month. So hopefully I will try to get to that. And then I might get to my library book. That's A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. It's one of her longer ones, and I don't know the Goose Girl fairy tale, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have to try to find that first to read. I might just read it anyway. But it's still, it's a little chunkier than normal, but I've split it up to where I might be able to read it like for a couple, like 80 pages a day or something for 4 days. We'll see what happens. I do want to try to get this back to the library since it's so popular right now because it just came out. But all I know is I don't know. All I know is it's a Goose Girl retelling. And I know the main character's mom is weird. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know enough about it. I'm going into it fairly blind, but I do usually like T. Kingfisher. I definitely enjoy her more horror-leaning ones to her fantasy ones, but I do like those. They're not as my favorites. So we will see how this one goes. I think I'm going to read this week. If not, it'll be next week because I have to get back to the library probably the week after. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so that's what I think I'm going to read. And in the first week of September, I'm not sure. Who knows? As I said, we're in Labor Day right now. So this Sunday, as I film this and going to upload this, I'm going to just be home for the next couple days, which is I'm off on Monday. And then I'll have to go back to work. So really, it's going to be pretty quiet around here. Cooper and Truman are really enjoying me being home, of course. So except that they woke me up this morning. Like I was asleep, like I'm dreaming away. And this boy starts meowing at me. And I'm like, you have food. Anyway, but he woke me up because he started meowing. I'm like, why are you meowing at me? I'm asleep. Anyway. Anyway, cats. Anyway, so I think that's it. I have so many books I want to read, but because I'm not reading physically right now, that's why I only have this one as a physical right now, because I don't know what I'm going to pick up physically, because I haven't been picking. Last week I have not picked up a book physically to read except for a few pages here and there in The Dragon Who Loved Me, and I just finally gave up on that one. So we'll see. I'm hoping, as I said, my physical reading will come back. I really miss it. I do normally more read physically than I do with audiobooks or ebooks. I don't know. I just can't focus right now. And I don't know. It's because there's so many things going on with things I'm doing with my own life and things going on that I'm, it's just too much going on, or I don't know. So anyway, that's it. I will hopefully get my book haul up later this week. And but beyond that, if not, then I will see you guys next Sunday, and hopefully I will get some reading done. So anyway, Cooper and I say goodbye.